Content warning. Please note that this program contains depictions of gender-based violence, including severe physical and sexual violence.
The Sound Seekers Audio Festival.
I'm a young lady from Zimbabwe, and today I'm going to be sharing my story, hoping that it will make an impact and give somebody out there who has been what I've been through. This started years ago when my mother left me to go to South Africa for greener pastures. As we all know, that Zimbabwe, things have been tough for a very long time. So when she left, I had to go and stay with my uncle, who then became my guardian. At the age of 10, I was stopped school and told that I'm costing them too much, as my mother is not sending anything back home for my support. That's when the story began. I was told that I would not eat and sleep for free in the house. Bear in mind, there were other children in the house. They had 6 of their own children, young and older than me. But from that day, I had to take over everything in the house. I literally began to become the mother of the house. I cooked, I cleaned, I washed, and made sure that everybody is settled before I could settle myself. This went on, and it became a reality to me. I accepted it and made peace with it because I knew there was no way out. Because I was told, if I can't pay it, I can go to the streets, which is something I couldn't have done. So I accepted the baggage and moved on with my life. The day I wish never came. It was on my 16th birthday. For the first time, I thought I was happy. When my uncle came home with a cake for my birthday, I was happy, very happy, thinking that there will be change. We ate the cake. For the first time, I didn't cook. I didn't wash the dishes. I was saved. My dish was washed. I was released to go to bed early. As I went to my room, I dozed off because that was the first time I got to get time to myself. I remember I was sleeping, facing up, dreaming, daydreaming, talking to my mom, asking her why she's not coming for me, cursing her at the same time, telling her that I love her, because I didn't know where to stand, whether to hate her or to love her. I still wanted to see her. I had so many questions for her. Then I dozed off with a happy heart because I was telling her that for the first time, I had cake for my birthday. When I was sleeping, I cannot say the time, but it was at night, late at night. My door opened. As I was staying in the cottage, I was not allowed in the main house, only when I'm doing my chores and taking care of the house. I heard my door opening. I jumped. My first thing was, it could be thieves, because my uncle was a wealthy man. There were a lot of cars in the house, a lot of valuables. So my first thought was that it could be thieves. I woke up, I sat on my bed. To my great surprise, it was my uncle. He ordered me to keep quiet and asked me that, did I think that cake was for free? And then it dawned on me that something bad is about to happen. He came to me, he forced himself on me. He raped me. I cried, but no one came to help. Morning came, I went to the house, I told my aunt, the wife. The moment I mentioned the rape, she beat me up and said I was ungrateful. I wanted to split her marriage. I was told never to tell anyone about it. I kept quiet, life went on. But since that day, the rapes began. 2016, I got pregnant by my uncle. When they realized I was pregnant, they did me an abortion at home. The abortion, I would say it was successful, but I got very sick to the extent where I had to go to the hospital. When we got there, they said, I'm a prostitute. They had taxis. I slept with one of the drivers, and then I tried to hide from them and remove the pregnancy myself. I couldn't go against their word because I knew what would happen to me. I was treated at the hospital. I went back home. Life continued. The rape continued. The beating continues. The abuse continued. Nothing stopped until 2010. I got pregnant again. This time around, I didn't talk. I don't know why, but I didn't talk. I kept it to myself. When this morning sickness strikes, I will try and hide it by all means. Even if it means vomiting in front of them, I will swallow it. They only discovered when I was 6 months pregnant. I was happy then because I knew they would not do an abortion on me. I was told to tell everyone that the pregnancy was for the garden boy, which I did. I gave birth to my first son. My life changed when I held him in my arms. I felt love that I've never felt before. When I looked at him, he was looking for my breast, trying to feed. I remembered it's something that I've never seen or felt in my life. I was happy. I felt like he washed away all my pain. He grew up. He started crawling, he started walking. He said his first word, which was mama. That melted my heart. From that day, I saw to myself that I needed to get out of that situation. Not knowing where I will go or how I will go, because I was never allowed to mingle with the outside world. I was never allowed to get a passport or even to do anything that goes with schooling. I had no friends. Nobody. 2016, the wife passes away. When the wife passes away, my uncle calls me. He calls his children that were left in the house. He tells them that now this is going to be your mother. I said to myself, I looked at him, I'm your sister's child. how could you do this? What attracts you to a young girl like me, yet you have kids, ladies that are grown, but you respect the fact that they are your children. But you cannot feel that for me, I asked myself as he was talking. That night, it was around 5 p.m. I took my son. I ran out of the house. It was 12 p.m. in the midnight. I didn't know where to go. My son was crying, he was hungry. I had no food, I had nothing. So my next option was the police station. One would wonder why it took me so long to go to the police station. I attempted a few times when I was still younger, but I ended up back home because my uncle would bribe them. But that night, I saw that as long as they can give me a place to sleep tonight and give my child something to eat, then I'll see tomorrow what happens. When I went there, I told them, my uncle does this. It's been this long. They said, okay, enter that room. I thought, finally, I'm going to get help. "30 minutes passes by, no food, nothing for the child. I go out, I ask them. They say to me, wait, we are coming. 45 minutes later, I hear my uncle speaking in the corridor, telling them to open and bring me out. He was standing there in the police station with the police officers standing next to him. He said to me, did you think you will escape? Did you think there is anybody who's going to believe you? I have fed and clothed you for all these years. Do you think today if you come out and cry rape, anybody will believe you? And the police officers were talking beside him, saying that these kids are so ungrateful. The only thing they know is to put their parents in trouble. You should be grateful. Your mother left you, deserted you when you were young. Now you want to come and put Mr. So-and-so in trouble because of your inconsiderateness. I went back with him. He gave me a beating of my life. After beating me, he left the house. But I had made up my mind that I am going. When he left, I searched his room. Now I had the authority to be in the room as I was named the new wife. I searched the room. I knew I would find money. I got money. The following morning, I pretended I was cleaning. I ran away with my son. I went to Botswana, from Botswana to South Africa. There, it wasn't easy as well when I got to South Africa. I looked for my mom. I found her because I always had an address of where she stays. When I got there, she was no longer there, but the people there managed to direct me to where she is. It felt like the first time I was seeing her, because when she left, I was only 9 months old. I had a lot of questions that needed answers, but the hurt that I saw on her face when she saw me, she helped me to come to Ireland. I didn't even know I was coming to Ireland. She told her boss at work all the story because my uncle was making threats. He wants his son. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill my mom because he has taken me for so long. My mom now wants to just take me like that. I'm an old woman. She knows that I'm gonna support my mom, making all those wild allegations. My mom told her boss all the story. She was working as a domestic worker. Then the nice lady arranged for me everything. In a week's time, I found myself in Ireland. For the first time, I felt safe. In all of this sadness, there is hope. Today, I'm happy. I have 2 beautiful boys that I love. I will never leave. To anyone out there who has experienced anything like this, there is hope. Don't lose hope. Don't give up. One day, a way will come, and you will be free again.
If you have been affected by any of the issues raised in this programme, please ring the Rape Crisis Centre on 1-800-778-888. The Sound Seekers Audio Festival is funded by the Broadcasting Authority of Ireland using the television licence fee, in partnership with the Irish Research Council. For further details, go to thesoundseekers.com.